The Galactic Empire, an interstellar alliance of highly developed civilizations, was meticulously managed. Each species was assigned roles according to their natural talents, under a strict hierarchical system. But humans were an anomaly. They lacked the brute strength of some species, the mental clarity of others, and their technological advancements, when first introduced to the Empire, were absurdly archaic by galactic standards. When humanity was brought under the Empire's rule, it was clear they were unprepared for war. According to the Empire's military standards, strength, resilience, and accuracy were the hallmarks of prowess. Foundational species had physical stamina, capable of withstanding extreme planetary conditions and brutal battle scenarios, feats that humanity could only dream of. In comparison to these powerful beings, humanity appeared fragile, too delicate, to endure prolonged exposure to harsh environments or the demands of galactic warfare. The Empire, in its unquestionable dominance, saw humanity as a fascinating but ultimately inconsequential addition to its dominion. On the battlefield, humans were assigned roles requiring minimal conflict, administrative assistance, resource, management, and logistics coordination. The Empire reasoned that humans might excel at planning, but were unsuited for the rigors of combat. This dismissal was not only unwise, but reckless. Early encounters between humans and other species in the Empire were completely one-sided, highlighting humanity's apparent shortcomings. The Empire's assessment process, which involved rigorous trials to test technical skill, endurance, and strategy, consistently placed humans at the bottom. Their methods seemed chaotic, over-reliant on improvisation and lacking predictable responses. The Empire concluded that humans were best suited for supportive roles. But the Empire overlooked something critical. While humanity lacked the physical and technological prowess of others, they had honed a unique strength over millennia of internal conflicts. They had developed adaptability, born out of necessity. History had taught them tactics through trial and error, and they possessed a remarkable capacity to learn from failure. The Empire's rigid evaluation process failed to account for psychological resilience, creativity, and the ability to adapt, traits that humanity had mastered in their turbulent history. To the Empire, war was a science with predictable patterns and processes. To humanity, it was a chaotic arena where adaptability and innovation reigned supreme. As humanity adapted to their assigned roles, they began to pay closer attention to the Empire itself. They studied its technology, strategies, and vulnerabilities. To the Empire, this was harmless curiosity. But in truth, it was quiet defiance. Beneath the surface, humanity was learning, preparing. What the Empire dismissed as primitive ingenuity would soon prove to be their greatest miscalculation. Humanity's history was littered with challenges that seemed insurmountable, yet they had always overcome them. They were underestimated not because they were incapable, but because the Empire failed to recognize the essence of human resilience. In the shadows, humans began experimenting with the Empire's technology, modifying it to suit their needs. These advancements, dismissed as minor innovations, were in fact laying the groundwork for something far greater. A foundation was being built, one that would challenge the Empire's assumptions about humanity's potential. The turning point came when humanity faced an existential threat, one that even the Empire underestimated. A rogue faction, operating outside the Empire's borders, posed a dire threat to Earth. Left to fend for themselves, humanity rallied. Scientists, engineers, and strategists united in a global effort to create a weapon that could ensure their survival. The result was a breakthrough, a technological marvel called the Destroyer. This was more than just a weapon. It was a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. The Destroyer combined reverse-engineered alien technology with Earth's most innovative designs. Its adaptability set it apart from the Empire's rigid, predictable systems. It wasn't just a tool of war. It was a symbol of humanity's determination to survive. The destroyer's first deployment against the rogue faction was nothing short of extraordinary. Against insurmountable odds, it decimated the enemy fleet with precision and efficiency. Word of this victory spread quickly. The Empire, for all its superiority, had never encountered anything like it. The destroyer didn't just shift the balance of power, it shattered it. Humanity, once dismissed as insignificant, had redefined their place in the galaxy. The Empire, forced to confront their own misjudgments, realized they had underestimated the very species they sought to control. As humanity celebrated their triumph, the galaxy began to take notice. No longer relegated to the shadows, humans were stepping into the spotlight. The destroyer was just the beginning, a symbol of what humanity could achieve when pushed to the brink. And while the Empire struggled to adapt to this new reality, humanity stood ready, prepared to carve out their destiny among the stars. The lesson was clear. Never underestimate humanity. Being involved in galactic affairs, the destroyer's success acted as a spur for more innovation. Humanity is making significant investments in R&D to capitalize on their recently discovered momentum. The Empire's reaction to this escalating danger was cautious but purposeful. They openly upheld their stance of superiority, but within themselves, they began evaluating the consequences of humanity's ascent. This included researching the destroyer in an effort to determine its advantages and any potential disadvantages. The Empire also stepped up attempts to monitor human activity after realizing their assumptions about humanity were flawed. Despite being subtle, these costly gestures showed a rising recognition of humanity's potential to overthrow the status quo. As humanity improved its technologies and tactics, the Empire faced a challenging decision. On one hand, they could use force to stifle humanity's ascent, an approach that risked sparking a major conflict. On the other hand, they could try to integrate humanity more firmly into the Empire's structure, utilizing their advantages while retaining power. Both choices carried substantial risks, leaving the Empire's rulers in an unexpected conundrum. Beyond its direct effects on the battlefield, the destroyer's legacy questioned the Empire's conviction that their systems were infallible. It compelled a re-examination of the standards by which species were judged. For humanity, it signaled the start of a new phase in their development. The experience acted as a reminder that even the most advanced societies could not afford to undervalue the abilities of those they deemed lesser. As the galaxy observed the interaction between humanity and the Empire, the dominant subordination dynamic began to shift. Humanity was now evolving into a more sophisticated entity, armed with knowledge from their history and recent achievements. Despite their reluctance to acknowledge it, the Empire began to realize their error in underestimating mankind. The question now was whether they would adapt to this new reality or cling to their antiquated beliefs. The answer to this question would determine the galaxy's future and the fate of both humanity and the Empire. The deployment of the destroyer marked a significant turning point, but it was just the beginning. With a renewed sense of assurance, humanity began to expand on the destroyer's foundations, changing their approach to conflict and using this momentum for further innovation. This set off a series of events that would strengthen humanity's position while drastically reshaping the galactic order. The lessons learned from the destroyer's success provided a model for interstellar power dynamics. Engineers and scientists examined humanity's swift military and technical advancements, identifying areas for scalability and performance improvements. This analysis led to the development of new prototypes, each incorporating enhanced efficiency, firepower, and adaptability. Unlike the rigid structures of the Empire, humanity embraced an iterative process of constant improvement. Human strategists began to rethink conventional methods of warfare. The destroyer's adaptability in combat demonstrated the effectiveness of non-traditional strategies. Rather than relying solely on superior weaponry, humanity developed plans that emphasized creativity and resourcefulness. This approach, focusing on asymmetrical warfare, exploited vulnerabilities in their opponent's systems. By using unconventional techniques, humans frequently outperformed expectations, often surprising enemies who underestimated their strengths. The Empire launched a series of counteroffensives aiming to reaffirm their dominance. These campaigns relied on advanced technology and overwhelming numbers. However, humanity's unpredictable strategies repeatedly outmaneuvered the Empire's precision and standardization. By exploiting the Empire's arrogance and over-reliance on rigid tactics, humans exposed critical flaws in their enemy's approach to warfare. This philosophical divide became increasingly apparent. Humanity thrived on adaptability and resilience, while the Empire prioritized control and predictability. As human forces achieved victories that were previously unimaginable, it became clear that their ability to merge technology with strategy was their key advantage. Advances in artificial intelligence and machine learning enabled real-time battlefield analysis, enhancing human decision-making without replacing their intuition. This synergy contrasted sharply with the Empire's rigid doctrines, which often overlooked the complexity of human ingenuity. As the tide began to turn, the Empire faced the stark reality of humanity's ascent. Internal debates raged over whether to take a more aggressive stance or reconsider their relationship with humanity. Under the Empire's rule,